Back for another episode, The Art of Interception, where we say what needs to be said. You know, the season's coming to an end. You know, we're in the playoffs. You know, you got the Super Bowl coming up, Pro Bowl, all that stuff. So we're here to talk about the offseason. You know, after a long and hectic and tiresome season, you know, the football players finally make it to the offseason. And in the offseason, you know, we're young, we're full of energy, we got a pocket full of money, the most money we ever had in our life. And we just here to experience life and enjoy life, and everything that we imagined that we couldn't do, you know, we're gonna try to experience it. Traveling the world, clubbing, going to the finest restaurants until the following season, you know what I mean? But you know, it's a 17-game season. It's very long. It's very stressful on your body and your mind. So when we come to the off season, we're ready to let our hair down. We're ready to have some fun. We're ready to have some experiences. You know, we're ready to spend some of the money. You know what I mean? We got a lot of it. You know, most we had, like I said. But here's the problem. This is when most of us athletes get in trouble. And like I said, we're young, we're full of energy. I mean, we could go wherever we want. We got money that we never had before, you know. And people are asking us to come to these certain places. You know, you got a lot of perks playing in the NFL, and just having a name recognition of yourself, you get a lot of perks. You know what I mean? But this is when you see a lot of the players come up on ESPN, you know, hearing about in the blog somebody getting arrested or what have you. But and you know, that's not gonna never stop. We're not perfect. We're not perfect. We all make mistakes. But if I give a little advice to you, I would say first and foremost, you gotta be a leader. Take it from someone that hasn't been in trouble, and knock on wood, you know what I mean, with nobody perfect. But we gotta be a leader. You gotta be a leader, you gotta hold everybody accountable, and you gotta explain to everybody the opportunity that the crew has. You know what I mean? We have an opportunity to make your life better if you could capitalize. You have an opportunity to make your life better if you could capitalize. So you have to understand, you have to make your crew, your entourage understand that we are here to get better as men. We're not here to cause trouble and mess up the breadwinner's life. You know, the opportunity that he worked so hard for. You know, he worked hard to be in this situation to make it to the NFL. You know what I mean? So you can't let nobody, you can't just walk around and just assume everybody has your best interests at heart. You know what I mean? So that's why you have to be a leader. And if you're not a leader and you understand and you recognize that, you pick somebody out of the crew, you pick somebody out of the entourage that you believe that's going to have your best interests at heart. You know, they don't mind saying no. They don't mind jumping in the fire when it's time to jump in the fire, because they got your best interests at heart. And the further you make it, the further they're going to make it. And that's how they see it. So, you know, that's some of the things you got to do. You got to be a leader. You can't be a follower, especially when you have all the money and the resources. You can't be a follower, because people are going to make you and entice you to do things that they have no clue is what's going on. You know, in the past, I heard of a player getting in trouble. This is when I played. You know, he got caught having sex in the car. You know, he got caught having sex in the car, and the hotel was literally like 5 minutes away. You know, I know it seems crazy, but you get caught up in the moments and all that, but that's where we got to make better decisions at. The hotel's 5 minutes away, and I got this opportunity to progress my life further and further. I can't take this chance, you know what I mean? Let me just calm myself down a little bit and make it to this hotel. You know, Coach Bill Belichick used to always tell us before, when the season was over, heading into an off season, you know, there's 3 things you got to watch out for. And these 3 things, if you watch out for them, most likely you'll come back to the following season without getting in trouble. And those 3 things was alcohol, assholes, and pussy. He will always say, I'm sure all the New England players and everybody that's been called Belichick, you heard that before. But those were the 3 things he would always tell us. Yeah, watch out for and alcohol, too much alcohol, have your mind going crazy. You got assholes everywhere. You got to try to avoid the assholes. And man, we always chasing that P, you know what I mean? So those are 3 things to watch out for, man. Alcohol, assholes, and that P. Watch out for that P, man. Yeah, you got to learn how to be calm, relax, and don't let the P control your mind, you know what I mean? So yeah, the off season is well, how do I picture the off season? The off season is like you've been going to work, grinding hard, you're out of your element, you've been gone, and now boom, you're finally free, no working out, no training, nowhere to report to. It feels great. It feels like, okay, I made my I accomplished what I was trying to accomplish. Now I'm here bearing the fruits of my labor. But I got to understand this continues. It's a continuing movement. It's a continuing cycle. So I can't go throw it all away in one off season when I want to have 8 more off seasons. You know, I wonder, why do we put ourselves in compromising situations a lot of times? Like, why do we take so many chances? And is it because of our environment, the way we grew up? Is it that we barely had anything, we didn't have much growing up, and now we want to take a chances on everything because we're not used to nothing? You know what I mean? Why do we put ourselves in these situations that we don't have to? And that's why I think we kind of start at learning not to put ourselves in situations that we don't have to. You know, the goal is to become better men every day. Each and every day we want to become better men. I mean, you know, how you do that? You know, you got to find a focus. You know what I mean? Can't get caught up in the worldly things of trying to keep up with the Joneses and all that stuff. You know what I mean? So, and the final advice to everybody too, man, is you got to handle your business to avoid getting in trouble. You got to handle your business. Pay your child support. Pay your child support when the folks don't come embarrassing you, have your names in the ball, and come lock you up. Renew your tags on your vehicles so you ain't just got to get pulled over, you know, for no reason, and then that brings up a whole nother situation. Make sure your license is up to date. Your license, your tags, your registration, your child support. Make sure all this stuff is up to date, man. Make sure all that stuff is up to date, and you can help yourself out a little bit. You know, and the last thing I would tell you, so we all are targets. You know, once you come into the NFL, you got, like I say, the most money you ever had. So we all are targets. We have more things than most of the population have. We have a lot of things that they wish they had, or they want, or are dreaming about having. So, you know, understand that we are targets. You know, protect yourself accordingly. Hire security. You know, make sure your entourage understand who's the prize winner and all that stuff, man. So, you know, the off season, like we say, you know, we want to make it back to the season without getting in trouble, without seeing our name on ESPN for all the wrong reasons. So, you know, that's Mr. Pick 6 with another episode of The Art of Interception. Thank y'all for tuning in. Salute.